You've been lied to about this word your entire life. Schools and bosses all misuse it. And that mistake, it's why you're stressed, overwhelmed, and never quite finishing what matters. The word is priority. And by the end of this video, you'll never waste another day on fake priorities. Remember the last time you said, "This is my top priority." Maybe it was work, family, health. But here's the crazy thing. The word priorities wasn't even plural until the 1900s. That's right. For centuries, priorities meant one thing. Just one. Not a list. Not a top 5. One. Singular, unmovable. So how did we end up in a world where everything's a priorities and nothing gets done? Quick experiment. Open your notes app right now. Write down your top priorities. Got it. Here's the brutal truth. If your list has more than one thing, you've already failed. Because priorities wasn't plural until the 20th century. For 500 plus years, it meant one non-negotiable thing. Not a top 3. Not the most important. One. Period. So how did we end up in a world where everything's a priorities and nothing gets done? Let's fix that. 1. The illusion of control. Let's break it down. You wake up, check your phone, and emails are a priority. Then you rush to work meetings, which are a priority. Gym, priority. Family time, priority. Side hustle, priority. But if everything's a priority, then nothing is. And that's why you're stuck, overwhelmed, stressed. Because deep down you know the truth. You can't focus on 10 things at once. But here's the reality. Your brain can't handle it. Studies from Stanford prove that multitasking drops your productivity by 40%. It's not discipline you're lacking, it's focus. Because priorities was never meant to be a checklist. It was meant to be a laser. Think about a surgeon. If they treated every task as a priorities mid-surgery, checking emails, taking calls, you'd die on the table. Priorities aren't about importance, they're about survival. The word priorities comes from the Latin prior, meaning first, not important, not urgent. First, as in, this comes before anything else. But somewhere along the way, we turned it into a fancy word for stuff I should probably do. And that shift, it's costing you more than you think. 1. The history of priorities. In the 1400s, priorities was a singular term, reserved for the most critical thing in your life. A king's priority, protect the kingdom. A farmer's priority, harvest before winter. There was no backup plan, no second priority, just one. And that clarity, it forced action. Fast forward to the Industrial Revolution. Factories needed systems. Suddenly tasks were labeled priority 1, priority 2, and boom, the plural priorities was born. Convenient for capitalism, terrible for your brain. Because now, instead of focusing, we're juggling, and juggling is exhausting. We're drowning in top priorities that never end. 3. The cost of fake priorities. Every time you call something a priorities that isn't, you're stealing focus from what actually matters. That 30-minute priorities meeting could have been an email. That priorities errand could have been delegated. That priorities Netflix binge. You're avoiding the real work. The scariest part, you'll never get those hours back, ever. 1. The brain science MIT researchers found that switching between tasks costs you 20 minutes of focus each time. Let's say you have 5 priorities tie. That's 100 minutes wasted just on mental reloading. Your brain works like a train track. Every priority's a new track switch. The more you flip, the slower you go. But when you focus on one track, you speed toward the finish line. 2. The Warren Buffett strategy. Warren Buffett's pilot once asked him for career advice. Buffett told him: 1. Write down 25 life goals. 2. Circle the top 5. 3. Avoid the other 20 at all costs. Why? Because those semi-important goals are landmines. They feel productive but drain energy from your real priorities. Most people never pick a lane. They chase 25 things and master none. 2. The myth of multitasking. Here's where it gets scary. Studies show that multitasking drops your IQ by 10 points, like pulling an all-nighter. Your brain isn't built for 5 priorities. It's built to chase one thing at a time. Think about it. When was the last time you truly finished something? Not made progress. Finished, done, and crossed off forever. If you're like most people, it's been a while, because priorities keep shifting. New emails, new deadlines, new emergencies, and the cycle never ends. 3. The hidden cost of fake priorities. Time you call something a priority that isn't, you're lying to yourself. And your brain hates that. It creates guilt. I should be working on X. Anxiety. What if Y falls apart? And worst of all, regret. Because years from now you won't remember the 50 priorities you balanced. You'll remember the one thing you didn't do, the business you didn't start, the trip you didn't take, the person you didn't call. That's the real cost of diluted priorities. So here's the hard truth. You don't have 10 priorities. You have 1, maybe 2. And until you admit that, you'll keep spinning in circles. Try this. Grab a pen. Write down everything you call a priorities right now. Now, cross off all but 1. The thing that, if you nailed it, would make everything else easier. That's your absolute priority. Not urgent, not the loudest. The one that moves the needle. For some, it's health, because without energy, nothing else matters. For others, it's revenue, because money solves 90% of stress. Whatever yours is, protect it. Say no to everything else, because priorities isn't a to-do list. It's a filter, a rule, a line in the sand. The word priorities was never meant to be plural. It was intended to be ruthless, to force you to choose, to cut the noise. So starting today, stop saying priorities. Pick one, bet everything on it, and watch how fast your life changes. 2. The Warren Buffett strategy. Warren Buffett's pilot once asked him for career advice. Buffett told him: 1. Write down 25 life goals. 2. Circle the top 5. 3. Avoid the other 20 at all costs. Why? Because those semi-important goals are landmines. They feel productive, but drain energy from your real priorities. Most people never pick a lane. They chase 25 things and master none. 3. Real-life examples. Elon Musk doesn't consider SpaceX and Tesla the equal priorities. In 2018, he slept at Tesla's factory to fix Model 3 production, which is one priority. Oprah built her empire by focusing on one skill: connecting with audiences. Not producing, not writing, not directing, just one superpower. You don't need more time, you need fewer priorities. 4. The 80-20th rule. 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. For example, 20% of clients drive 80% of revenue. 20% of workouts deliver 80% of gains. 20% of relationships give 80% of joy. Your job: find that 20% and ignore the rest. Here's your wake-up call. You will die with unfinished priorities. That's not depressing, it's freeing. Because once you accept it, you can stop chasing ghosts and start making real progress. Action steps. 1. Grab paper. Write every priorities in your life. 2. Ask, if I could only keep one, what would move the needle most? 3. Circle it. Burn the list. Now, protect that priority like your life depends on it, because it does. For centuries, priorities meant one thing, not because people were lazy, because they knew you can't ride two horses at once. Starting today, stop saying priorities. You have one. Say no to everything else, even good opportunities. Watch how fast you level up when you're all in. The word priorities is your weapon. Wield it wisely. If this video has made you see the word priorities in a new way, then hit the subscribe button, share this video, and comment on how this one word has affected you, because next time, we're diving into another word that can change your life, and you won't want to miss it.